Alright, what's up guys? So I was doing pretty well in my climbing series. Out of the past 7 games, I won 6 of them, and my MMR is slowly getting up there. In this game, everyone on my team was Diamond 4, and overall, since I've been doing this series, I've been focusing more on the games, and I've been taking them more seriously, and I want to definitely continue that series, but I'm only going to do that series when I have absolutely nothing to talk about and nothing to do on this channel. And so getting to the point of this video, a channel called The Act Man uploaded a video, What Happened in League of Legends, which got 1 million views in a relatively short period of time. Like, he uploaded on May 31st, today is the 14th, so it's been about 2 weeks, and it's garnered 1 million views, which is really good for his channel. Like, this video is his 4th most popular video, so it's doing really well. And I personally watched the video and I thought it was a very well constructed video. He voiced his opinion in a very easy to follow manner, but I have a lot of issues with a lot of the stuff he was saying, and I want to go through the video and dissect each point that I disagree with. Because the video got a lot of attention, got a lot of views, Riot's going to look at this video and they're possibly going to influence future changes based off of what he said in this video. And it may not be completely obvious, but this video is definitely going to have some kind of influence on what Riot is going to do in the future. And I want to go into the video and serve as kind of a guide so that Riot doesn't really f it up.
One of the biggest reasons for League's constant success, and one of my biggest problems with it, is Riot's philosophy on change. So this concept of continuous updates wasn't new to me. I had the preconceived notion that Riot had an endpoint that they were trying to get to. Looking back, I was completely wrong. There is no finish line. League of Legends is and always will be in a perpetual state of development. And we're not talking minor adjustments to the weapons in a first-person shooter or balancing units in a real-time strategy game. We're talking pages upon pages of patch notes. New champions, new items, tweaked numbers, updated runes, new masteries, remove this, remove that, bring back this, rework that. It is an endless cycle. And after 5 years of constantly staying up to date with everything, because I was a competitive player, it just became such a huge investment of my time. And this is just to understand what the is in the game. This endless cycle means that inevitably there's gonna be something new that's added that breaks the game in some form or another. A busted combo here, a broken item there. So there's almost never been a point where League has truly been balanced.
Take a look at chess, for example. Even though the game seems so obviously balanced because both sides start with the exact same pieces, the person who moves first statistically has a 2 to 6% higher chance of winning than the person who moves second, assuming they're on equal skill levels. If you look at one of the most popular games in the world, PUBG, what's balanced about going up to a chest and having random guns spawn in the chest, which could be terrible guns, and the guy next to you could get the best gun in the game. And honestly, I think League is in the most technically balanced state that it's ever been in, and I think overbalancing has actually hurt the game, because now what they've done is they made it so a lot of champions have similar abilities, and it feels like when a game is overbalanced, kind of like what they did with World of Warcraft, you kind of lose the class identity for each class in the World of Warcraft example. And for example, they just reworked Aatrox, which plays almost exactly like Riven, and like from a balance perspective, the fact that both the champs are pretty similar is great, but from a gameplay perspective, it doesn't offer a very exciting gameplay experience. You have 2 champs that are exactly the same in the game.
What's worse is the meta, and what is considered viable changes with every patch. Entire play styles can become unviable or unplayable after a single update, meaning players have to adapt.
Adaptation in video games? What is that concept? Oh right, it's the foundation for every video game ever.
This is all a double-edged sword, because on the one hand it keeps the game fresh, but on the other, people have been playing certain ways for years. And so you take that away from them.
I think he's referring to the Urgot rework. Even though I played and inted my share of Urgot, I was kind of glad they just removed the champion because it was pretty repressive. He goes on to complain about the runes. I agree, the runes completely suck. Zoe's completely overpowered. I completely agree. And he really liked Dominion and was sad they removed it. And I agree they probably shouldn't have removed Dominion. And they should add more game modes to the game. Currently, my issues with the game and what I think is holding it back is the game length needs to be cut way down to like 15 to 20 minutes. And that can be achieved with a faster game mode and supporting that game mode through tournaments and stuff. If you look at Fortnite, games can last 15 to 20 minutes, but if you get destroyed early, the game could potentially be over in like 3 minutes, and you're not sitting there wasting 20 to 30 minutes in a game where you can't even win. But in League, that happens all the time. And personally, I think you should be able to quit a League game whenever you want. And yeah, it's a team game, but at the end of the day, a team is comprised of 5 individual players, and if one player is not having fun and they don't want to play, then the team falls apart anyways. So I don't really understand why people are forced to stay in the game. It'd be like in Fortnite, if you died in the game, and then the game forced you to just spectate other players, that would not be fun. And while I'm playing League, sometimes it feels like kind of a jail cell where I'm just stuck in the game and I can't leave, and it doesn't really make sense why. I want to revisit a situation where I lost a lot of motivation for playing the game, and that was when I had 2 accounts banned for inting a game, which for some reason the community thinks that intentionally feeding in a game is worse than leaving a game, which makes absolutely no sense. If you leave a game, the game's over. If you intentionally feed, the game's over with faster, which is better for everyone. Another example of the community just being absolutely clueless, and it's the reason why the community should not decide the future of the game the way Riot has allowed them to. Picture this, you got Tyler 1 running it down, okay, whatever, the game's over. You can't leave the game for whatever reason, fine. So you go grab a drink, you open up another game in the background, and you just wait for the enemy team to end the game. This next scenario is infinitely more devastating and will cause you so much mental distress that it will lead to you quitting the game 100%. If I was not getting paid to play League and I did not have a YouTube channel, I would not be playing this game because of this next reason. Say one of your teammates is autofilled and they really don't know what they're doing. You start to notice they're feeding, but the game score is pretty even, so you think you have a chance. You get to about 20 minutes into the game, you have a mid-game team fight, and they just completely fail. The enemy team gets Baron and they end the game. That player knew he was gonna fail, knew he had absolutely no idea what he was doing, and was only playing the game because he has to. If he leaves the game, he can get banned for leaving. You now look at his profile, you see that he was autofilled, and you realize you never had a chance of winning that game in the first place. And then you realize you just invested 20 plus minutes into a game where you could not have ever won because of that autofilled player. For this reason, whenever someone has said, I'm gonna AFK or I'm gonna run it down, I say, do it, man. I would way rather have someone ruin the game early than ruin the game later. I do not want to play with players that are only playing with me because they're afraid of getting permanently banned. I want to play with players that are playing with me because they want to win, they want to climb, they want to get more elo, and they know beyond reasonable doubt that they can win. Not that they have a 1% chance of winning. It creates this absolutely miserable environment that I do not want to be a part of. It's depressing. It brings the mood of the whole stream down when I'm streaming, and it's why a lot of streamers like Soda Poppin will never play League of Legends because they know this game kills the vibe of streaming. It makes people depressed, and there's really no other game that I can think of besides other MOBAs that enforce these ridiculous rules upon you. That's why this game blows. I'm not streaming this game anymore. It's bad for my health. I've won 6 out of my last 7 games, but I'm telling you right now, the second I know the game's over, I am out. When I know the chance of winning is so low that it's not worth my time. On a more happier note, Dota 2 released a new mode today, and it looks really fun. I want to try that out. I will be streaming that live at twitch.tv/trmplays after this video drops, so go have a look at that. And yeah, that's the end of this video. I will see you guys on my stream or my next video. Peace.